Disney have dropped a surprise trailer for upcoming Marvel Studios Disney Plus series WANDAVISION during this year's Emmys. While we have had a brief preview of WANDAVISION previously in the Disney Plus Marvel sizzle reel we got during this year's Super Bowl, we're still relatively in the dark about what exactly this show is. And I hate to tell you, but following this more expansive look, we're left even more confused. However, I'll try my absolute best to make some odds and ends of it as I break it all down for you. Before we get into it, don't forget to hit that like button. It does wonders in getting my content out there. Or is that wonders in getting my content out there? Well, if you haven't yet, please also hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to keep up to date with more content like this. Let's move along. Again, Marvel has been pretty cryptic about this series in the past, with Kevin Feige simply referring to it as strange, weird, unexpected, and surprising. With a mysterious synopsis also reading, WandaVision blends the style of classic sitcoms with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, in which Wanda Maximoff and Vision, two superpowered beings living their ideal suburban lives, begin to suspect that everything is not as it seems. And Paul Bettany had this to say at 2019's D23 Expo.
A mashup of sort of American sitcoms throughout the eras. It tumbles into a kind of chaotic, messed up story that then ends up in more familiar epic Marvel narrative.
The trailer opens to show Wanda and Viz living this said ideal suburban life, which draws heavy inspiration from those aforementioned classic sitcoms. Most notably, this portion seems to be heavily influenced by The Dick Van Dyke Show, particularly when it comes down to production design and performance style. The couple's kitchen, for example, is almost identical to the Petries from Dick Van Dyke, right from the free-floating shelves to the fridges and shelf unit above it and the large glass door and its shutters. The addition of silly sound and visual effects and magical elements also remind me very much of Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie, two series that were running on television around the same time as Dick Van Dyke. As things begin to spiral out, we also see the two characters going through various periods in time: 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s. The big question really is, what on earth is going on here? What's quite clear is that this whole thing is obviously some kind of vision or dreamscape. It's possible that this is something conjured up by Wanda or even Vision in the wake of his death following the events of Infinity War and Endgame. A possible idyllic existence where the two can live together in harmony forever. This would certainly be in line with the 2015-16 comic series The Vision, which sees pretty much this exact thing play out. In fact, a synopsis for that series read, "He has been through many things, even dying, but he has always wanted one thing, to be normal and have a family. So he built one. The Vision, his synthezoid wife Virginia, and children Viv and Vin have now all moved into a suburb of Washington DC where the Vision works. Everything is fine, everything is normal, except for the fact that they are not human and everyone knows it, except for the fact that something very, very bad is going to happen, or perhaps it has already happened." It's likely WandaVision will draw heavy inspiration from this series, however it's also hard not to believe something a little more suspicious is going on here. It's interesting to see that the two are married, something that obviously never happened on screen in the MCU previously. But when questioned during the trailer about when they were married and where they came from, the characters Wanda and Vision give off the same expressions that we all seem to be giving off right now watching the trailer. The latter part of the trailer seems to show some kind of staging area that could quite possibly be the border to some kind of controlled experiment in the vein of The Truman Show or The Dome, or the barrier between two multiverses, which could make a lot of sense given that the series has been said to heavily tie in with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, originally due in cinemas soon after WandaVision's release. Whatever is going on here, it seems the characters are as in the dark as us, and the series as a whole looks to be a slow-burning, unraveling mystery, something of the kind we really haven't seen in the MCU so far. What is, however, seemingly confirmed is the fact that the series most definitely does take place in the wake of the last two Avengers blockbusters, with Vision being told at one point that he is dead. But wait a minute, I just noticed he's still got the Mind Stone in his head. What the hell is going on? We've got some interesting new characters popping up here. A wacky, nosy neighbor archetype portrayed by Kathryne Hahn. She too seems to move through the implied decades with Wanda and Vision, meaning she's perhaps an imaginary character conjured through this vision, or again, something a little more diabolical. With no further information on Hahn's character, I'd be inclined to believe she'll take a more villainous role, further implied by her evil witch dress-up during what appears to be a Halloween sequence. It's this same sequence which, excitingly, also gives us a look at Wanda in her classic comic-inspired Scarlet Witch outfit, which we did see glimpses of in the previous trailer, but also gives us a 60s comic-accurate Vision, which we see here for the very first time. It's kind of exciting to imagine that this is how the Vision could have looked going up against Lou Ferrigno's Hulk and Eric Allen Kramer's Thor in the 1980s TV series. If we take these comic version Halloween dress-ups at face value, it's entirely possible that Hahn's character's outfit could be an allusion to her comic roots. In fact, it's been long rumoured that Hahn could be portraying Agatha Harkness, a powerful witch from the comic verse, who's had a long history in stories alongside Wanda and Vision. She in fact at one point trained Wanda in witchery. The Marvel fandom wiki cites some of her powers as being creating illusions, teleportation across the face of the earth or into a mystical dimension, thought casting over short or vast distances in a manner virtually identical with telepathy, levitation, and astral projection. Again, all things that could line up beautifully with the story being told here. Other characters that make appearances here are another set of nosy neighbours. Debra Jo Rupp, best known for her memorable turn in classic 90s sitcom That 70s Show, and character actor Fred Melamed, who's playing someone called Arthur. The only Marvel character that springs to mind with the name Arthur is Arthur Pendragon, the comics version of King Arthur. He's involved in some strange time travel stuff in the comics, and while those kinds of elements certainly fit in with what WandaVision is seemingly going for, this does seem like an enormous stretch. We also get another look at Wanda and Vision's twin children. Again, this could be an allusion to Viv and Vin in that 2015 Vision comic series, or perhaps to Wiccan and Speed, Wanda's children in the Young Avengers comics. Considering Marvel Studios are currently bolstering up their roster of Young Avengers, this could make a whole lot of sense. Or most likely, these could be Thomas and William from the original The Vision and the Scarlet Witch comics, in which Agatha Harkness played a large role. In fact, another young Avenger of types makes an appearance in the trailer. Seen here shooting between realities or dimensions or whatever is going on is actress Teyonah Parris, who has been confirmed to be playing the adult version of Monica Rambeu, the child of Carol Danvers' friend Maria Rambeu, as seen in the Captain Marvel film. What Monica's role in this series will be really is anyone's guess though. This really is just a teaser trailer, especially at only a minute and a half long, so there's not much more to pull out here. On a more creative note, however, it's interesting that we've got a full trailer for WandaVision before we've seen anything substantial from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, considering the latter series was supposed to be released first, and in fact should have been released starting this August before the worldwide pandemic shut its production down with some filming left to go. Since we now do have a trailer for WandaVision, which supposedly finished shooting pre-pandemic, one wonders if Disney will simply flip the releases of the two titles, something that would be a first for Marvel Studios, who usually release their films and now series in a methodical order. The trailer doesn't offer up a release date, and the newly revealed poster simply notes original series coming soon. A press release from Disney, however, still notes a late 2020 release. And with that, it's over to you. I want to know, what are your thoughts and theories on WandaVision so far, and are you excited for it? Fire away down in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. If this is your first time viewing one of my videos and you'd like to see more like it in the future, then please don't forget to hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen, as well as that like button down below for that little extra support. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.